All right, track and piano. What is the vibe we're feeling today for this? Blue, not bad. Too angry. A little too Christmas. A little dramatic. Oh yeah, natural it is. Hey guys, welcome back to the Graybox Nashville YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about what I think is one of the more important but unexpected parts of any studio or creative space: light and dark. No, not like that. As audio people, whether you're an engineer or a music producer or a songwriter, we're well acquainted with how tones and textures shape a song. Saturated or clean, bright or dark, wet or dry, wide or narrow. All of these things are tools in our tool chest of sonic craftsmanship when working with a project. Sonic craftsmanship. Feel free to use that. And when used well, they help us lead the listener on the emotional journey we want them to join us on when listening to a certain song. And we get super good at knowing how to use our audio skills for that purpose. Knowing which mic, which preamp, big room, small room, all that kind of stuff. And it's good. Like, we should be good at that kind of stuff. That's what we do. But what if, before we even got to that point, we asked the simple question: does the environment in which I'm creating match the story I'm trying to tell or the emotion I'm trying to capture? It might seem silly, but I think it's an important question to ask. The truth is, environment plays a huge part in the creative process. The quality of the physical space we are occupying while we create has more effect on our inspiration than we are often even aware of. Let's take light and dark, for example. Light spaces are often described as feeling open, dreamy, serene, heavenly, while darker spaces often feel secluded, quiet, unobserved, intimate. I really discovered this firsthand in our old studio, which is in a renovated 1940s basement. Thick gray concrete walls, dark woods, and a couple small windows naturally made for a space that was dark and moody. But on one side of the room, we had our large glass garage door, which let in all of this natural light. And this spot was inspiring in this totally different way, lending itself to a lot of great visuals for video work. This realization absolutely informed our vision when we decided to move out of the basement and build Graybox. We wanted to craft a space that could do both light and dark really well. The light side was pretty simple and straightforward from a design perspective. We knew we wanted to preserve as much natural light as we could, which basically meant asking, how many windows can we cram in without creating unmanageable problems with bleed and without destroying the budget? This was a bit of a challenge because glass is notoriously not great for sound absorption, and windows are notoriously not great for keeping construction costs down. In the end, we decided to go with 8-foot by 1-foot vertical windows in the live room, 1 standard window in the vocal booth, and in the bathroom, curtain for privacy, of course. 2 exterior doors with glass panes for light in the entryways, and my favorite window in the whole place, another 8-foot by 1-foot horizontally in the back of the control room. I love the way the control room feels as the sun sets through this window at the end of the day. One of the last minute and best decisions came actually as we were mid-build. We realized that the one place in the whole studio that basically had no light at all was the loft space, leading it to have this kind of closed off, cave-like feel up above the live room. And it really shifted the feel of the live room in its entirety. So our designer and builder extraordinaire, Josh Niles, came up with the idea to cut in 4 small loft skylights to let some light in up in that area. Immediately, this served to open up the area, bringing it more into the live room for a truly cohesive and light-soaked feel that we were going for. Altogether, the windows and the natural light that they provide are truly the foundation of our studio's look and feel. The light-drenched look really lends itself to a lot of video work, which we love to have in the space. It's definitely like a hallmark of the space, and we're super pleased with how the vision turned out. But what about when we don't want the light and airy vibes? What about when we want something a little darker, a little moodier, a little more misunderstood? For that, we needed to get some curtains, and not just any curtains, like true blackout curtains. I figured this would be a little bit of a challenge due to the totally weird size and shape of most of our windows. After doing a little research, I found this amazing company called Blackout Easy that makes custom blackout curtains in basically any size and shape that you can imagine. I'll have a link to them in the description if it's something you're interested in. These are super opaque vinyl curtains that adhere to the window trim with Velcro, providing a tight seal for full blackout. Honestly, the process of putting these suckers up in our live room is pretty annoying, but it isn't horrible and it usually takes about 5 minutes. For the more standard size window in our vocal booth, I wanted something that would not only serve from a blackout perspective and help in that way, but that would also serve on the acoustic side of things as well, helping to control any exterior bleed that might threaten like a milder vocal session or something where we need a little bit of a lower noise floor. The acoustic curtain by Residential Acoustics ended up being the perfect fit. It's a super dense curtain that rolls down from the top and kills sound transmission by up to 25 dB, which is perfect for like a rogue lawnmower off in the distance or a neighbor with a blower outside, something like that. We'll put a link for this in the description as well if you're interested. Blacking out the space totally changes up the feel, and it's the perfect fit for certain creative sessions or video projects that need the space blacked out, and it's something that we love being able to offer. The blackout look is cool and all, but it's really nothing without some color. Not like that. Just as light and dark are associated with certain creative headspaces, colors are massively influential upon emotion and mood. Red can mean excitement and energy. Green is refreshing and healing. Blue is often peaceful and serene. In order to gain access to the full array of emotional and chromatic options, we opted for the Philips Hue system. In the control room, our ceiling clouds are lit with Hue's LED strip lights, flanked by their GU10 bulbs filling out the track lighting, and finally a pair of Hue bulbs in our side table lamps. In our vocal booth, we've got another 2 pairs of Hue bulbs, one RGB and one white ambience, or ambiance, whatever, painted black and strung off a pair of custom fixtures that we made. Moving into the live room and its cable lighting between our ceiling clouds. At the time we were outfitting the space, Hue didn't actually offer any MR16 style bulbs, which is what the track lighting takes. So we went with these bulbs by Glidopto, which sync up seamlessly with the Hue system, so it makes it nice and easy. Finally, we've got our loft space with its instrument storage built-ins and entertainment center. The built-ins are accent lit with some more Hue LED strips, and the TV is backlit with the Hue gradient light strip specifically made for monitors and TVs. All of these lights throughout the studio sync up with the Philips Hue app, allowing us to easily switch back and forth between a variety of looks and moods. The wall switch accessory lets us skip the phone altogether and quickly cycle through our most used presets, including a 100% bright white. It's super useful when making patches in the middle of a session. So that's our lighting setup here at Graybox Nashville, at least in its current form. We've found that getting your environment to work with you and not against you in the creative process has been a huge help for us in the studio journey, and hope this video has inspired you or helped you in some small measure in the same way. We'd love to hear from you and be inspired by you as well. How do you create the mood in your studio or creative space? Light or dark? Is there a certain color scheme that is always inspirational to you? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what works for you and maybe give it a shot here. Finally, as always, if you found this video helpful, it would mean a whole lot if you would like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button because we're going to keep bringing you behind the scenes stuff from Graybox Nashville. Thanks again for spending some time with us, and we'll see you next time.